also call them foraged foods. I'm Robin Asbell, your plant-based chef, and I'm here today to show you my favorite absolutely free weed that grows in my yard. I can't stop it. June, July, this plant is everywhere. It's called Purslane. Now I went out and yanked this out of my yard an hour ago. These are these plump little ovals, teardrop shapes really, and they are juicy and lemony tasting. But the big surprise is they are probably more nutritious than most of the greens you buy at the store. Yes, you cannot buy these in the store, farmer's market sometimes, but these have tons of vitamin C, vitamin A, fiber, antioxidants, and the big shocker is they have alpha-linolenic acid, the omega-3 fatty acid that people eat fish to get. So you don't need to eat all that salmon. You can just find some purslane and use it in a delicious recipe. So I've got purslane in today's recipe, and I also went out and picked some of these beautiful nasturtium leaves because I always grow some nasturtium in my flower box. And these are also delicious and citrusy tasting, wonderful bonus. Now my nasturtiums are not doing well right now. We're in a drought, or I would have thrown some flowers in there as well, but they haven't bloomed. You can always put the flowers into the summer rolls and make them very pretty. So the dish we're making today is these are my beautiful purslane and nasturtium summer rolls with a glazed tofu inside and avocado. I didn't bother with any rice noodles. It's all vegetables, and they are so super tasty, colorful, fun, easy. And I made a vegan version of nuoc cham, which is just a light lime soy sauce, chili, fantastic little dip. And I know you're gonna love these. So go to robinasbell.com for more recipes, a free cookbook download, and to see what I am up to. So let's make these delicious summer rolls and eat some free foraged wild food. All right, let's get started on these incredible foraged delicious tofu summer rolls. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my tofu. Now this is some lovely extra firm tofu that I wrapped in a towel to soak up the extra moisture. And now I'm going to slice it into little slabs. You don't want to get it so thin that it will break up, but you don't want it so thick that you can't get any roll out of it. Alrighty, so then I'm going to crank up this pan and put it on medium high, and I'm going to make this incredible glazed tofu. So first thing I'm doing is swirling in about a tablespoon of avocado oil, swirling it to cover the bottom of the pan. Doesn't matter that it's all going to get mixed up. It's going to coat the bottom of the pan. You see how rapidly it has come to a boil. Now I'm putting in my agave for the glaze. And turn it down a little bit, and so I'll just swirl it around a little bit, and then I'm going to put the tofu in. And this is a good stovetop method for very quickly getting the same kind of results you would get from a baked and marinated tofu or a deep fried tofu that you coated with sauce. And you can get this done really relatively quickly. I think I can fit one more in the pan. Maybe. Let's see if I can squeeze them around so I can get that last one in. There, and they're just going to bubble away in the saucy mixture, the glaze. And the liquids in the tamari and the agave are going to cook off So at the end, when there's a little bit of, there'll just be a little bit of oil left in the pan, and if you want, you can just lift it out of there and pat them to take some of the oil off. And see, it's just bubbling right away. I'm going to take a look at this pan as I'm going. And that's all right. That's again, we're reducing as well as sauteing. So the sauce is going to reduce and become quite intense on the surface of the tofu. And I'll just flip them carefully. So you can see they're getting quite tasty looking with the brown of the tofu and the tamari. So we just keep going. Until the pan gets almost dry, because all the soy sauce, everything will be cooked away and into the tofu. People say, oh, tofu doesn't have any flavor. Well, if you do this, you're going to add a whole lot of flavor. So what we've essentially done is cooked the marinade into it, and now it's just going to fry a little bit in the remaining oil in the pan, and we'll get a nice browning on each slice. I'm just going to cook fast. So this little skinny guy is pretty much ready. We'll take it out to make room in the pan. If they break a little bit, it's okay, because we're just going to put them together in a spring roll or summer roll, whichever you choose to call it. And cooking, I'm just going to take these guys out. They look lovely and golden brown. They look wonderfully browned, and that's what we're going for. So I can turn this off. and move them to a plate to cool. We'll let that cool for a second. I'm back and we're ready to roll. I've got my lovely wrappers. Now these are made from rice starch, and there's lots of different brands, and they'll vary in shape and in thickness. So you want to make sure that you get the kind that you like. You just have to try different brands. And I'm going to set a package of them over here. I've got my tofu cooled off. Got my lovely nasturtium leaves, which are ready to be put into a roll. And my purslane, of course. And here's my beautiful purslane plant. Put that aside. And all my fillings to go into the summer rolls. So you want to lay out a nice towel for putting your ingredients in a roll on. And let's get started. So the main thing with these wrappers is you want to keep them in a very airtight container, and so they stay dry. And I'm dunking them now. I've got a little pan of warm water set up that I'm going to use to moisten them. And the more quickly you want it to go, the hotter the water. Now it's good to just sort of keep a feel of what's going on with your wrappers. So I get the wrapper out and see it's flexible now. I don't want it to go too far that it becomes too soft. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my beautiful bits of purslane, because they are on display. They're going to be on the bottom, so that's where you want your color to show up, your exotica from the backyard. And then for a little bit more color, I'm going to just put in a little bit of carrot, and you could use flowers or all the other fun, colorful things. And I'm just going to tear a few of these nasturtium leaves, put them in there, because it's all good fun, about a leaf per roll. And I'll put in a few little purple daikon pieces as well. We're just building our little pretty little look here. And then I'll put some tofu on top. So the tofu is kind of going to be the backdrop for all that colorful stuff. Now I'm going to cut an avocado. You always want to wait till the very last minute to cut your avocado. And I can slice it into nice slices in the shell. Something I do all the time. And I'll get a nice slice of avocado out of here for each roll. So put a little avocado on top of the tofu. Two things that go together well. Oh, it's nice and ripe in a good way. Not too ripe, just right. Put a little lime on that avocado, just in case you've got it hanging around for a bit. And to complement the lemony flavor, so then I'm going to put a little bit of spring onion, as it were. A little bit of scallion on there. And then some lettuce. Got some lovely red leaf lettuce going on. This stack of amazing, tasty stuff. And in it goes. So now I've got my little wrapper has completely finished while sitting on the towel. It has finished absorbing liquid and kind of dried out. And I'm going to then peel it off the towel and roll it up. Oh, that top one was touching the bottom one. And here we have our beautiful, beautiful Purslane summer roll. And I'll just keep going. So you just pull in the sides. Didn't realize this beautiful new clean towel was going to be quite so sticky. But there we go, beautiful. Now as you go along, you grab yourself a paper towel, and especially if you're not eating them right away, you can just put a damp paper towel on top of your rolls and they will stay nice and moist and tender. And I'll just do a few more. So this time we won't let them overlap. So on goes the Purslane sprinkle, and we'll get our nice colorful veggies in there with that. And you can just improvise each time you go. These are just a salad roll. I find that it's enough to do this much, and it's oh, I forgot my cucumber. It's just as delicious, and that way you don't have the extra effort of making all the noodles as well. Get a little bit of leaf in there. A little nasturtium. Put some tofu on top. These are going to be so delicious. A little bit of avocado. And then a little bit of lettuce. So up from the bottom, in from the sides, and roll it up. And there we are. Now you can sit and arrange these things with tweezers if you want to for your Instagram feed or a blog post, but I think that it's pretty enough the way it is. Isn't that pretty? So we've got a few of those, and now I'm just going to quickly stir up the sauce. So I'm going to make a vegan version of nuoc cham. I've got soy sauce, agave. Again, I'm using agave today. It dissolves really quickly into cold liquids. Lime juice, pepper flakes, You can certainly use fresh pepper if you want. Again, I was trying to keep it low labor. And in goes some shredded carrot, just finely shredded. And then I pour a little bit of this into a bowl for dipping. And here we have our beautiful summer rolls, which I can then put on a plate and put a couple of those on there. And look at that. How incredibly tasty is that going to be? I just cannot wait to dig into these beautiful summer rolls. So I hope you'll make these and come visit me at robinasbell.com for more information. Happy foraging!